Hey everybody, today I just wanted to talk about a project that I've been working on for quite some time now. With the help of my wife and my parents, I decided to build out a cargo trailer into a camper. I did this because I wanted to make it easier for me to travel to disc golf tournaments and also make it easier for me and my wife to just take more trips and make it easier on us while we're traveling in general. We do have 2 dogs at home, so it makes it hard when we have to not only pay for a place to stay, but we also have to pay somebody to watch our dogs. It ends up being really expensive and kind of a hassle, especially if we're taking a trip on short-term notice. So we decided to build a cargo trailer out into a camper. The reason we did this is because buying a camper it's already pre-built, they're actually really expensive, even for the smallest of campers. And I had enough handyman skills, I guess. I've worked on cars and stuff in the past, done a little bit of woodworking, not much, but I figured I possessed enough of the skills to be able to build out a cargo trailer into a camper. So I talked to my wife about it, and then we just decided to go for it and see what would happen. And it's been a fun journey, so I'm going to go ahead and share with you the build process, as well as I'll do a walkthrough after it's fully finished, and then maybe if somebody's interested, I may actually show like the plans and how I planned everything, the parts that I bought, the cost and all that. But let's just check it out. Alright, today's the end of day 1 of working on the trailer. We didn't get as much done as I thought we would. Kind of ran into a few things. We had some gaps that we filled in with the gap filler, and then we ran into some rust on the bars, so we had to sand off all the rust, repainted them. Looks better. But other than that, everything went pretty good. The first layer of insulation took us a long time. We were not measuring. Each one of these actually has a different spacing between them. So once we started measuring each individual cut, it started going a lot faster, rather than just assuming that all of them were the same spacing. Other than that, we just got the first layer done. Tomorrow, hopefully we'll finish the top layer and then go into the electrical wiring and then possibly the flooring. All right, day number 2, didn't get as much done as we wanted. Kind of got stuck in the store buying parts for wiring electrical, but we did manage to finish putting up the rest of the insulation, so we're fully insulated. Put in some gap filler foam to fill in all the little gaps. Tomorrow, hopefully we're going to put in the flooring and then maybe get some electrical wiring, if not next week maybe, but we'll see. But as you can see, got everything pretty much done. Alright, end of day 3, kind of ran into the same thing. These last 2 days, everything taking way longer than expected. What we had planned originally didn't kind of work out, so we had to come up with a different idea on what we wanted to do with the wall. So we're actually going to lay the paneling over the plywood. We were going to take the plywood out to kind of save on some of the weight, but we decided that it was going to tack up better and it would be easier to run the wire with the plywood up. So let's kind of go ahead and see what we have. So we ran the wires in already behind the wall, got our sockets in, We got our circuit breaker box. That's all wired up, and then down there is going to be our 30 amp plug that we're going to go ahead and put in. So hopefully we'll get that up the next day, and then the flooring should be in after that. Alright, I think we're on day 3, maybe 4. I'm pretty sure it's 3. Just got all of the walls put in, as you can see here. We used our little paneling over the plywood. Kind of went back and forth on a few different things, but we finally decided on that, and then we're going to allow a little gap here where we're going to put some molding, and then this is where the wiring ran through. We also ended up getting our little holes for the electrical sockets. Everything's wired there. Still got a little gap of paneling there. Drilled the hole for the 30 amp plug on the outside, and now the flooring is finally installed as well. So it's starting to look a lot nicer. Next thing is to get some furniture, put in the fan there, and a few other things, and we're looking like we might be finished in a few more days. It's looking pretty good. Alright, now it's day 5, I think, of working on the trailer. I didn't take a video of me putting in the fan because I couldn't get a really good camera angle of that being up on the roof, and it was like super hot and the camera would have melted. But now I have the ceiling fan in, the window. So let's go and we'll look through everything here. We've got nice little ceiling fan. That's wired in, already tested it, everything's good there. Then we have the window that I cut out and put in today, and then we just finished putting in the molding up on top to cover the wires, and then we also have the molding here on the floor, and so we've got pretty much everything covered. Obviously not going to finish that because this is going to be covered up with a wall. I have the port for the AC, drilled a hole out there. Put that on the outside. All the electrical and everything's done. She's just finishing up painting all the screws. We went with screws instead of nails, just to make the walls easier to remove in case we had to. So she's painting over them, but you can see this little porthole. I just used a basic little vent, little basic dryer vent. And there's my little electrical socket on the outside that my dad installed. My dad did the entirety of the electrical, so that's awesome. And everything's looking real good. So next thing is furniture, so we'll be going shopping here soon, and hopefully we'll have this livable and finished very quickly. today's the end of day 6, I believe, in the work process. We got a lot done today. I finally got done building the wall for the AC unit and everything. We built all the furniture, got it put in. So as you can see, we have our bed slash couch is in, kitchenette, clothing rack, storage. I finally built the wall in the far back that's gonna hold the AC. We put in our old tables right here. Down on the side. I'll do a more thorough walkthrough after we've got absolutely everything in and we're pretty much finished. But we're gonna clean up and go home now.